Hi everyone and welcome back to the 5-Minute Language YouTube channel. My name is Agnieszka and I'm going to talk to you today about some words which you may be pronouncing incorrectly in English. There are a lot of words in English which look a little bit different to how they're pronounced, and it's something that causes a lot of confusion. So we're going to go through some examples today, and hopefully at the end of this video you will have a better understanding of how to pronounce these words. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Also, I would want to encourage you to share your experiences of learning English in the comments below. Tell me about the things that you find difficult, and I will try to make similar videos explaining those issues in the future. So, are you ready? Let's get started. So the first word is the word recipe. And it's a difficult word because it looks like it should be pronounced something like recipe. Because of the IPE at the end, it's quite misleading. So that's why a lot of people get confused about it. And it's actually pronounced recipe. The next word is the word subtle, which is a word which is quite confusing because it's got a B in the middle, but this B is not actually pronounced. So it's not subtle, it's subtle. The next word is the word fruit. And the reason it's confusing is because sometimes people think they may have to pronounce the I in the middle, like in other languages. So it's not pronounced fruit or fruit, but it's pronounced fruit, fruit. The next word is the word comfortable. And obviously you will pronounce this differently in America or in the UK. I live in the UK, so my accent is similar to how people sound in the UK, in England specifically. But if you're American, you might be able to pronounce this slightly differently. The way I say it is comfortable. And the reason I think this word is difficult is because it contains the word table at the end. That's right. That table is not the same as the word table to describe something that you eat on, for example. So it's not comfortable, but it's comfortable. The next word, which is quite difficult for English learners, is the word law. And again, this is something that you might pronounce slightly differently in American English, but in British English it's pronounced law. And some learners might think it's pronounced something like low. Actually, the word low, L-O-W, is a completely different word. So remember, this one is pronounced law. The next word is the word honest. And it's just an example of a word that belongs to the same group of words as a lot of words beginning with an H. For example, the word hour. It is spelled H-O-U-R, but it's actually pronounced hour rather than hour. So the word honest, similarly, is pronounced without the H at the start. So the letter H is often pronounced in English. In other words, for example, hamburger, you pronounce the H, but in the word honest, you don't do that. The next word is the word surprise. This word is quite confusing because it contains two R's. The first one is not pronounced. You can pronounce it, but the Oxford English Dictionary says that it's not really recommended. It's a phenomenon that is called R dissimulation, which apparently occurs when there are two R's in one word. For example, like in the word governor or particularly, you only pronounce the second R. So it's not surprise, but surprise. The next word is the word tough, which means something like difficult. And the reason it's confusing is because of the OUGH at the end, which is often very difficult for English learners. So it's not pronounced toe, it's pronounced tough. The next word is the word queue. And this is a word that's very common in England, in the UK, but it's not very common in America. I think the Americans have their own word, which is line. So you're waiting in a line, whereas in the UK, you would say you are waiting in a queue. And it's confusing because the sound of the word is very short, whereas the word itself contains a lot of letters, and that makes it difficult. So this word is queue. And the final word, which I wanted to talk to you about, is the word calm. And I think it's quite difficult because it contains the letter L in the middle, and a lot of English learners want to say that letter. They want to say calm, but it's actually silent. So you don't have to say the L, you just need to say calm. So this is it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And like I said, subscribe to the channel and share your experiences of learning English in the comments below the video. I'll see you next time. Bye!